This Saturday at my local comic book shop, I will be competing in SFF1 Summit Fighting Federation heroclix tournament. This is a one character on one character match at each point class, and I will be bringing one character for each of the below point classes. Flyweight, 40 points or less. Lightweight, 100 points or less. Welterweight, 175 points or less. Middleweight, 225 points or less. Cruiserweight, 300 points or less. Heavyweight, no point limit. Each round will be 20 minutes. No generated characters or pogs or bystanders allowed. Only characters allowed. Each KO is worth 3 points. Each tie is worth 2 points. Each loss is worth 1 point. Winner determined by total points. The characters that I have chosen for each weight class are the following: Flyweight, Toad; Lightweight, Wolverine; Welterweight, Big Barda; Middleweight, Dracula; Cruiserweight, Superman or Hulk if the opponent is running Doomsday; Heavyweight, Zyran the Tester. And then I'll go into a little detail on my ideas on why I chose these characters. So we've got this 40-point Toad that has leap/climb and plasticity on their starting click, which allows mobility over hindering terrain, and plasticity makes it hard for our opponents to break away from Toad. Toad has a 17 defense with combat reflexes, which means that Toad has a +2 to their defense if they're adjacent to their opposing character, attempting to attack Toad. So my idea is to just get in close and lock them up. Toad has 6 clicks of health until they are KO'd, which I thought had great value, because some of the other 40-point characters only had like 3 or 4 clicks until they were KO'd. And lastly, on Toad's 5th and 6th click, Toad has this attack power where I can give Toad a free action and then roll a d6. On a result of 4 through 6, which is 50%, Toad can choose a standard attack power. He can use the chosen power this turn, and his range value becomes the result until your next turn, which means Toad could make a ranged combat attacks along with potentially getting Blades, Claws, Fangs, penetrating Psychic Blast, or maybe even Steal Energy to heal. Toad has the Brotherhood of Mutants team ability where you can give them a power action and move 6 squares away from their current position, which pretty much is like an eject and get out of a bad situation if you need to. So yeah, a lot going on for Toad. Moving on to my lightweight, Wolverine. He has 2-star abilities. The first, track and kill. At the beginning of the game, choose an opposing character. At the beginning of your turn, if that character is within 6 squares of Wolverine, choose one that character can't use shape change or stealth this turn, or you can modify Wolverine's speed value by +2 this turn. The second star ability is, of course, Healing Factor. At the beginning of your turn, you may heal Wolverine of 1 damage, shameless healing. Wolverine starts with Charge with speed value of 8, attack of 12 with Blades, Claws, Fangs, which allows you to roll a d6, and whatever you roll is how much damage your opponent's character takes. 17 defense with toughness and 3 damage. My idea is to pretty much lock up and dish out as much damage as I can with Wolverine and then just shamelessly heal. Next is my welterweight, 2012 People's Champ Big Barda. She's also has 2-star traits. The first, Boom Tube. Once per game, give Big Barda a double power action to use phasing/teleport as if she had a speed value of 12. After actions resolve, you may give Big Barda a close combat or ranked combat action as a free action. This allows you to ignore blocking terrain and blitzkrieg your opponent while also increasing your defense value, because Big Barda's 2nd-star trait is I Will Stand My Ground, where you can modify Big Barda's defense value by +1 for each action token assigned to her. So potentially having a 19 defense with Impervious. She can fly. She can take multiple actions without take pushing damage. Big Barda starts with Charge and 10 movement, 11 attack with super strength, so grabbing items along the way for added damage is a bonus. A range of 4 with the special damage power, Mega Rod and Mother Box, allowing Big Barda to use Penetrating Psychic Blast and Quake, which goes through opponents' defensive modifiers, rendering powers that reduce damage like Impervious, Invulnerability, and Toughness useless. Next is my middleweight, Dracula. Dracula starts on click 4, and every time Dracula makes a successful attack, they get bigger, faster, and stronger. Using one of yet another 2-star trait character, Vampiric Hunger, also hypnotize my victims, where Dracula has stealth, so if they are on hindering terrain, you can't see them unless the opposing character is adjacent to them. When an opposing character takes damage from Dracula's attack, make that character with a mesmerize token on characters with the animal or monster keyword. Dracula takes a maximum of 1 damage from using mind control in this way. Dracula can fly and can push by performing a second action without having to clear off their action tokens and take 1 avoidable damage. Dracula has 10 movement with charge, 11 attack, 18 defense with invulnerability, and 4 damage with exploit weakness, which will help Dracula get through pessimistic defense superpowers with close combat attacks. After Dracula heals 3 clicks, they are essentially in God mode with 12 movement, hypersonic speed, 12 attack with super strength, 19 defense with impervious, and 5 damage with probability control, which is pretty insane. Next is my cruiserweight. I couldn't decide between 300-point Superman or 300-point Hulk, so I decided to start Superman, but if I have to fight Doomsday, I will switch over to Hulk instead. I'll start with Superman. Superman can fly and doesn't take pushing damage. He has a range of 8 with 11 movement and hypersonic speed, 12 attack with super strength, 18 defense with invulnerability, and 5 damage with outwit. My plan is to play Keep Away with the high mobility and range to take away their superpowers, with Outwit to create an imbalance on their stat dial, taking away Charge, Running Shot, or even Hypersonic Speed, or even a defensive power is just a huge deal. Whereas Hulk is a giant size and has 3-star traits, Avengers Assemble. When Hulk hits 1 or more characters with an attack and actions resolve, the opposing player chooses deal 1 unavoidable damage and give it an action token, or put an anger token on this card. Fueled by anger, Hulk can use Colossal Stamina when he has 2 action tokens and is given a non-free action. You may remove any number of anger tokens from this card and roll a d6 that can't be re-rolled, increasing the result by 1 for each token removed. On a result of 5 through 6, Hulk isn't dealt 1 avoidable damage from Colossal Stamina for this action. Enormous Green Monster, Hulk can use Battle Fury, which essentially ignores shape change and mind control, and each time Hulk hits damage or takes damage from an opposing attack, or one of his powers or abilities are countered from things like Outwit, you get to put an anger token on Hulk's card. 9 movement with charge, 13 attack with super strength, 19 defense with impervious, and 6 damage on Hulk's starting click. You can see why I had such a hard time between Superman and Hulk. Moving on to my final pick, my heavyweight, Zyran the Tester at a whopping 1,700 value points. How crazy is that? I'm pretty sure this might be one of the highest point value heroclix of all time. At the beginning of the game, Zyran tests my opponent's character through a series of questions based on corresponding dice rolls that may inflict unavoidable damage right from the start of the game. I'm excited to see who this Titanic space god gets matched up against, and I'll be using the 800 dial, then the 300, and then the 600 dial as I test to see who is worthy. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and stay tuned for my next video showing the tournament and results. And then I'll also be doing a Superman versus Hulk video as well. Thank you.